Yo, Smack with Smack Holdings, your professional cave troll here. Monday morning, new trading week, few days off. Coming back in, markets are insane right now. Average 2 range on the fucking candle is almost 63 points and fluctuating. That means one candle can whip 60 fucking plus points and destroy you. Don't try this stuff at home. Markets are a fucking monster, man. They will devour your soul in more ways than one. You need hundreds of screen time hours before you even have any idea what you're doing, and thousands of screen time hours before you're ever going to get close to any consistent money. Yeah. Alright, we're going to go straight into some fucking P&L action in front of Top Step. I'm going to ride with Top Step for a few minutes this morning, see what kind of conditions, see if there's any alerts or any restrictions. Trading in the Top Step Combine. We're going to flip over to my Hunter Combine account. It's a Top Step, trading on Top Step X 100K Combine account. I killed myself last time I was trading, trying to do some stupid shit. And we're going to go over here and show you that for transparency. If you remember right, I was, I don't know, $2,100 up or some shit. Well, I fucking had a really rough run there for a little bit. I'm now $720 down in the account overall. I'm still holding a 72% overall win rate. My profit factor kind of tanked a little bit, less than 1-to-1. This really hurts. And if you can't deal with something like this, you don't need to be trading, because this is just part of trading. It's what you do with this right here. Look at that. Oh, look at this. Oh, I was swinging for small parts here on purpose, trying practicing for something else, which I'm going to start doing today. And we just fucking tanked. We put it all back and then some. But that is trading, and here we are. Day one, new week. Got a little bit different perspective here, because the markets are insane with the volatility that's going on inside of the markets, with the tariffs and all the chaos going on in the world right now. Average true range in candles almost 62.3. Go back to a practice. I'm going to be taking practice trades for the first few minutes to get a feel for the market, make sure I got everything dialed in. We swinging bigger. Every time I pull the trigger, I'm going to be risking $1,000 to make $500. That's just, it's the way my trading works. I may even open that up a little bit. We're going to change up that music a little bit, I think. Alright, you know what? Today I think I will put Top Step daily levels on. I did not map out. I'm going to be trading straight price action, but I do think I'm going to I'm gonna be doing a lot of riding this morning. I may do some talking, I don't know. It's Monday morning. I've only had a cup of coffee. I've been in and out of the house with the dogs. I just want to chill. I'm not going to hard charge because I'm going to be trading for real here. After I get out of this practice account, I'm going to be trading for some big swings and moderate swings. The risk is going to be insane because of the conditions of the market. I have no idea what the market's going to be like this morning.
Order filled.
I'll take $250. Of course, that was a practice account. Full transparency. Practice account. Knocking the cobwebs off from being off for a few days after a hard fucking bad week. Had a really rough week. After an 11-day heater of nothing but green days. Fuck. No, puppy. I'll put you in a cage. I'm working right now, and I've already taken you out like 19 times. You just want to go chase a cat. That's all you want to do is go chase a cat. Yeah, I know. That's all you want to do is you go and go chase a cat. Get away from me, monster. I do have my screens a little different than you're used to seeing them if you do watch these videos. I just changed perspective. I'm basically looking at the same thing, but I just changed the perspective a little bit. You're constantly going to be changing perspectives when you're attacking the markets. I have a handful of different ways I approach the markets, and I'm always looking for new perspectives just to get a better idea of what price action is doing, especially in the chaos of the markets right now. ETA top step 10 minutes. I know they're going to be looking at open and range gold trade. Just clarity, starting the morning in a practice account. because I've been off for a few days. I took a really bad hit last week. I had a bad 2 or 3, 4 days in a row, 5 days in a row, just rough. Got my mental capital right over my days off from the market, stepping back in the market now, chilling out, coming back in, got everything dialed in, changed my perspective a little bit, and doing some practice trading to see how. I don't even know how these markets are going to be. Last time I was in the markets, there was restrictions and circuit breakers and pauses and halts and freakouts and oh shits and oh fucks and don't trade and it was insane. So I'm going to see what happened. I'm not going to hard charge in with real money. I'm going to try to always record most of my stuff in this account, but sometimes I get up at odd hours. I get into the markets at weird times, sometimes outside the normal run, and I don't always. Sometimes I record, sometimes I don't. I got to get another drive. I don't have a lot of space because I'm a gamer and I do a lot of modding on games, and man, I'll have 400 gigs just in mods, so I don't have a lot of room sometimes. Videos, dude, that's one thing I've learned getting into these recording videos, and it's, dude, space, hard drive space, holy fuck. I'm working towards more educational stuff, not for any other purpose than to express myself, and if it helps somebody, it helps somebody. I do this so I don't have to hustle. I don't want to sell you nothing. I don't even give a fuck if you hit the like button. I don't give a fuck if you share the video. This is about my expression. I get to express myself, and if somebody gets something from it at some point in time, then great. I'm not trading I'm not trading that combine until Fast Markets opens New York session, and I've spent some time chilling in this practice account to see what market conditions are going to be like. Just ain't going to do it, man. Just ain't going to do it. Risk management, motherfuckers. Look at that ladder. Look at the spread on that ladder. The volatility in these candles is insane, even while things aren't moving. Uh-oh. It's always got a little more in it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. I think it's got more in it. Yeah, well, wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Yeah, it's got a little more in it, don't it? Wait for it. Go for it.
Order filled.
Like I said, it's got a little bit more in it. Holy fuck. It's alright. That's why I'm in a practice account right now. Try to get my shit together. It's going. It's going. I'm doubling in. I'm in this bastard. It's going to take it a minute to roll over. There it goes. Gonna have to take money fast on this motherfucker. If it decides to go. Finger on the fuck you button. Finger on the fuck you button. We are in a practice account. We're just getting the dust knocked off. There's Top Step. All right, we're gonna roll on over to Top Step. Here she comes. Come on back down to me, baby. Come on back down to me. There you go. Come on. Come on, sweetheart. Talk dirty to me. With cash in your hand. Trades I like to take happen right this second. I don't like to be holding trades like this. I'm working on getting my position better where I hold trades as little as possible. I want that shit to happen right now. Don't be thinking about it. There she is. Holding it for a little bit because I'm doubled in. I don't want to just take a little bit. I want to take a lot. I want to make sure I cover that second set of contracts. Or a second contract because I'm only taking one lots right now. I'll take that $410. That's damn near a day's pay at overtime in just a few minutes. Here we go. Top Step, baby. Top Step for life. I trade with a prop firm, Top Step. You can find them on YouTube. You can find them on the internet, topstep.com. I trade on their trading platform, Top Step X. I manage several accounts. I think I got 5, 6, 7 accounts I manage. I trade my personal money on Ninja Trader. I do my own thing on these recordings, but it's really it's one. I like these guys. I love these guys. I feel like I'm becoming part of the family. But I also got to tell you, it gives you a good perspective on the markets, especially in times like these. You get to come in, you hear what the professionals are seeing in the markets. If there's anything you need to be aware of, news events, market conditions, things coming down the pipeline that could destroy you if you don't know about them. So you want to be aware, and the best way to be aware, tune into Top Step, or find you a team like Top Step to tune into. We literally have 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 traders all focused in on multiple markets. That's 6,000 sets of eyes looking at the market, 6,000 perspectives looking at the market. Now, it's not a signals class, but it sure does help you tune into the market. It's a good girl. That my pretty girl? That my pretty Stella? Pretty blue-eyed Stella? Yeah, that my pretty girl.
Order filled. Order filled.
I'll take $150. Practice account. We rolled out $1,000 in, I don't know, 15 minutes of practice trading, just fucking around. Practice trading.
Another wonderful week here at Top Step TV.
All right, here we go.
And look what we've got here today. We got to get into a trade. Gold is open.
Oh, let's go to gold.
We got JD. We got Coach Vince. We got Johnny Hogs. Let's get going, guys. We got some opportunity.
We sure do. Good morning, folks. Hope everybody had a great weekend. We are looking at that 1 minute opening range in gold. We've established the 1 minute opening range pretty wide, almost 40 ticks.
45 ticks.
45 ticks. I am working a stop to enter above the market. One tick above the high of the opening range, 30.4760, and a stop to enter below the market, 30.4290. We're trading mid-range right now so far, so we'll keep evaluating this, see if it's a trade we want to get into. Risk is pretty wide. We're risking about 50 ticks on a one lot right now on this trade. But we'll see what kind of follow through we can get. Charging back towards the upper end of the opening range right now. But good morning, everybody. Good morning, Hogue. Good morning, Vince. Good morning, Eddie. Good morning to the chat.
Good morning.
How's everybody doing today?
Good morning. Welcome back, Eddie.
It's good to be back. Yar.
We're in range. We're in value. We are right at settlement in gold. Order
I'm
filled.
not a huge fan of taking this trade,
But
I'm in it.
you never know.
In practice. In practice. In practice. Practice
We just
account.
got triggered into a long.
I'm going to see money take money on this.
Long
Alright.
on gold.
Here we go.
Any slippage?
30.4760. Nope, no slippage on the entry. Right where we should have been. But we'll see what kind of follow through we get. We might time stop this trade because the risk is so wide.
Yeah, that risk is heavy.
Pretty much a 50-50 here on the tilt. 58 long, 42 short.
Tilt's filling a little bit to the long side in gold.
Yeah.
We'll continue to monitor.
I
Oh,
think-
you're not a huge fan of this trade right now, just because we're opening in range, value.
in
Overnight
value.
inventory, pretty much
Yeah.
flat.
Nothing.
We're looking at short overnight inventory. Came out and rebalanced itself really this morning.
I think that's an
Order
ad right
filled.
there. I added another contract.
Basically traded right to the point of control from yesterday, which is or from Friday, I should say, which is considered the fairest price of the day. So probably that's not the greatest trade location for this trade, but opening range trade. If you don't take it, you don't get it.
It's always the one that you don't take, right?
Absolutely right.
Usually. Yep.
I'm narrowing the
That's how it
risk.
goes.
Narrowing that risk real low. There we go.
Well, we will continue to monitor a lot of action overnight. A
I'm
lot
gonna-
of action overnight. We saw equities take a nosedive early on, gapped open across the board, sort of trading back toward the upper end of those.
There it
gap
is.
opens. Still haven't
I'll
Order
take that
filled.
$200.
the S and the NQ. I think the Russell closed their overnight gap, but ES, NQ, and Dow have not yet. We'll get into that a little bit later when Hope gets into charts. But we got some stuff happening on the economic calendar this week too. Eddie, what is happening on the economic front this week? What do we got to look forward to?
Taking a look here at Eco today. Now, I know that we had some stuff coming out earlier. Not really too much. Obviously, we don't have a 7:30 here, but we got a 9 o'clocker coming in. We got the employment trends, and 9:30, FOMC Kugler is going to be speaking
Kugler.
in English, so we understand what they're saying. 10:30, 3-month, 6-month bill auction, and a little later around, I think 2 o'clock, we got a consumer credit. But light on the economic front. Back to you, JD.
Thank you, Eddie. We get the FOMC minutes coming out on Wednesday afternoon. There'll be a sort of a calendar highlight for the week. Consumer confidence on Friday, University of Michigan consumer sentiment, and a couple of other talking feds sprinkled in throughout the week. So decent economic
PPI,
calendar.
Thursday and
CPI,
Friday.
PPI, yes.
Oh, that's gonna be a
I knew
big
there
one.
was a big one. I knew there was a big one I was
Sure.
missing. CPI, PPI. CPI Thursday, PPI Friday.
We are kicking off earnings season.
That's a good example of why tuning into something like Top Step on a regular basis is one of the first steps and one of the most important steps, because you'll start to learn the lingo. You'll start to understand what's important, what's not important.
everybody's rested and ready for this week.
This is a way of life. This isn't a fucking get
A
rich
lot of
quick.
fun hanging out with
You make a lot of money
Jay
real fast, but you got to pay some tuition in to figure that shit out.
Oh yeah, you guys put on a nice show for the reopen.
Yeah.
So trading that reopen, Hogue,
Yeah.
gap down. Fortunately, I was out of the house during that 5 o'clock hour when the reopen happened, so I didn't catch. I only caught the last like couple minutes of it. But when you saw that gap open, what was the immediate reaction? Sit on
It was
hands,
so
do nothing.
thin.
Yeah.
PD, there was like 10, 15 points between bids and offers. It was so thin. I'm looking at the NASDAQ dome now. There's a 362 lot on the offer at 49, 17,049. 362 on the offer. Seeing some size there.
Interesting. 17049. All right, marking that down. As far as our
that-
Getting right
5%,
up to it, but
That's the
Don't
NQ.
fill you.
That's the NQ.
I know we have our guys in the chat posting 5% limits and circuit breakers. I'll just sound those off for everybody right now. S&P 5% move will take us down to 48.55. NASDAQ 16,662. Dow 36,603, and the Russell 1747.40. Those are your 5% price limits in the equities for today. 7% circuit breakers.
You were down there
for the
last night,
CME.
JD.
That's what I
We did.
needed
We,
right
we
there.
dipped below those 5%
Yeah.
marks.
We
Early
can't.
on, real early on. And,
We cannot go below this,
we've got the,
or everything will shut down. It's a rule break to
this is
trade
right around weekly
if it
kickoff
tanks
low. Yeah,
below
we've
that.
got weekly kickoff low 49.88. Kind of dancing around there in the S&P for the last couple hours. Sort of flagging right now. Looking a little bullish. We might come back and close this overnight gap. That would take us to 50.74. We'll take a look at that when Ho gets into the charts, though. Checking back in on this gold
Okay.
trade. No love
5%.
from gold so far.
nothing yet. Huh? Look at that 5%. I'm calling that the top step effect.
Top step effect. As soon as we hit that 5%.
Yup. When we get to 5%, everybody at top step stops trading it. Market's always looking for volume. If there's no volume down there, it's going to find support there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, makes sense. We're getting some weakness in gold here. I think this trade is toast.
Order filled. Oh,
Good old
order
listen to Ho.
filled.
$100.
CUA 3042.60. 5 full points. We're toast.
See money, take money, motherfuckers. See money, take money.
Toast.
5% rule
See
does not
money,
apply
take
to
money.
Combines, folks. We talked about that extensively last week. 5% rule does not apply to trading combines. Only funded level accounts here.
Come on, buyers. Get back in there.
Come on, step in. All right. No 7:30 numbers this morning, so
Nope.
we'll give this trade another minute or two to play out. We'll run through some charts. Oh, news, Eddie.
News.
Stories for us this morning.
You know, I was just
What's going
taking a
on?
look here and checking out. There is a phone call. There was a phone call earlier today here with White House. Navarro's going to be speaking also.
Order filled. Order
Yeah, the
filled.
Trump and the Japanese Prime Minister phone call earlier today. Take a look and see what's cooking on that.
$80.
As far as news goes, U.S. stock futures slumping today as the Trump administration maintained faith with its tariff plan on most of its key trading partners, despite the two-day historic stock market rout.
Yeah.
The S&P traded
Yeah.
26 points
Routed them fucking bankers, dude.
lower. NASDAQ falling about 123.
Trump effect.
And the Dow
Baby.
also down 123. ABC. U.S. President Donald Trump said Sunday that his trade tariff were only mean to cure massive financial deficits with the likes of China and the European Union. Concerns are growing that this trade war will hit global economic activity, including the world's largest economy. Our friends over at Goldman Sachs lifted on Sunday its odds of the 2025 recession to 45 from 35% a week ago. That's after hiking its recession forecast last week, citing a sharp tightening in the financial conditions. Foreign consumer boycotts and continued spike in policy uncertainty, and it's likely to depress the capital spending by more than we had previously assumed. This is coming from Goldman. China retaliated last week with announcements of a 34% additional tariff on all goods imported from the U.S., and this week could see similar moves from the European Union. Also, European Union's considering imposing the first wave of retaliatory tariffs around 28 billion worth of U.S. goods, and they are currently at 25%. And this is going to be beginning Wednesday. Nearly
Order
all of the
filled.
exports on the U.S.
Order
face
filled.
$20.
$300. Or $240. I'm sorry.
And that's what I've got so far. We get to crude. I got some crude coming up before we hit that. But goodness, having a week off and seeing crude.
If you remember right,
um,
that 11-day heater I ran,
do.
I was trading minis, microscoping the micros, I mean, and I was taking $30 hit profit, you know, over and over and over and over and over again. $50, $60, $30, $20, $12, all day long, stacking it. Doing the same thing now from a little bit different perspective, and I've upped my into minis, and now my trades are 300, 200, 400, 500.
And now we probably are close. We're going to look at the crude oil opening range trade. 1 minute opening range in crude starting at 8 a.m. Central Time. We're going to some charts before that. Hogue, Coach Vince, anything you guys want to talk about before we start getting into charts? We're about to get ticked out on this gold trade right now.
Did you look one tick below there? One tick below the opening range. See if there's any stops down there.
We're right at 4260.
I traded yesterday on my phone, and I can't trade today
Why?
because I overtraded.
Oh.
Past my trading thing.
We'll just wait for this.
What you really mean to say is your girlfriend's here and you can't neglect her.
Any
That's
updates
what you
on
really
the
mean to
trade?
say, right?
Yeah, so
No,
much
I
for
just-
faith.
I-
We are on.
Uh-huh.
We will take a look at the crude oil. Again, we'll take a look at the crude oil opening range trade at the top of the hour, 8 o'clock a.m. Central Time. We'll look at the 1 minute opening range in crude also. All right, fellas.
All
What are
right.
we looking at in the world of the charts?
Let's watch some
All right,
charts. Let's look at some
well,
charts.
Vince, I guess I'll start. We've got the weekly.
I love these guys.
S&Ps. 200 session moving average was touched last night. We also touched that 5% rule, that 5% level, the top step effect in play here in the S&Ps. Obviously, you know, the market state has gone from grinding to the upside to falling to the downside. Lots going on. This is the weekly chart to just to kind of get a bigger overall look at things here. As Vince and I both pointed out on the daily chart, we do have the death cross. The 50 session has moved below the 200 session moving average on the daily chart. Dun, dun, dun. I always, when I say that death cross, like some sort of eerie kind of sounds, but when we look at Thursday and Friday's price action, it's, you know, just all mostly, you know, candle bodies, very little candle wicks at the extremes, very strong move to the downside. When we look at the volume, especially on Friday, just absolutely tremendous. We added an additional 71,000 in open interest on Friday. That is loose selling coming in. That is not long liquidation. For the Thursday and Friday sessions, approximately 137,000 new open contracts to the short side. Sellers, new selling coming into the marketplace. We've been looking for the longer time frame traders to enter into this market. They have entered into this market in a pretty big way to the short side. Don't forget, they are always hedging. They're always hedging. They're just, you know, adjusting inventories, and that's what we're looking for them to do, especially anywhere near weekly kickoff levels, which we are currently hanging kind of around a little bit here. So the death cross, we got everything there. I'm going to take a quick look at the 30 here, Vince, and we'll see what you got on your mind here.
Sure.
So we got that 49.88, which is 20% off the all-time high in the S&Ps. Really, that's the main reason that I've put the opening, that the weekly kickoff level is there, is that 20% off the all-time high in the S&Ps. I mean, that's really bear territory or are we going to recover for it? It seems to feel to me like it's now or never. And you can never say never in futures. I mean, anything can happen.
ACH, baby.
Maybe some 100% absolutely true. But looking at the 30-minute chart here, overnight inventory, we're flat. There we are. No real overnight inventory. We are opening with a gap from Friday's session, so if we can't close the gap relatively early, that should tell us, well, maybe we're going to continue to accept lower pricing. The 5% off the settlement price, the top step effect worked very nicely, actually, here in the S&Ps. 48.54 is what I've got it at 48.55. Nothing finite in futures trading, of course, but really somewhat range bound inside of the overnight range, again, with a gap. Is the gap going to close? Is the gap not going to close? Are we going to get back into value from Friday, which could provide a pretty decent value area special situation play? Maybe I'll let Vince talk about that a little bit. But opening, no overnight inventory with a gap. Gap rules. Can't close the gap relatively early. We're looking for opportunities in the direction of the gap. Vince, your thoughts?
Yeah, so like you said, we got the death cross, and I'm hoping that this month gets resurrected on Easter Sunday. This is nuts, but
I get that.
Yeah, so
I got that one. Yes.
So here we go. We opened with a huge gap last night. We were down 5%. I opened up my charts last night, and I looked. I was like, oh my god! I thought we were heading for a.
I'm gonna go fill my coffee,
We're
fools.
up here. Like you
I'll
said,
be
we're
back.
up, right?
I'll be back.
Everybody's done trading, and markets can't continue. So that's a good thing, right? But here we are. Like you said, we have overnight inventory is technically short from Friday, and we have settlement of 61.25. Look at all that open interest that came in, Hope. I mean, 72,000, 71,000, all to the short side on increasing volume. The auction is strong to the downside, but with that comes tons and tons of shorts, right? And shorts have to cover. What do they have to do? You got to buy, right? So, I'm hoping we don't continue this downside, right? We do have a gap. If we get back into value from Friday, 51.1750. If we could gain acceptance in there, I can see it's rotating up here to the high of value, 52.35. And then we also have the spike base way up here and settlement from back on April 3rd. So if the sellers decide to jump out, we could get a tremendous move way up here to this spike base settlement and clear all this area, which would bring us from 54.44 quarter way up there. Downside, I don't know where we're going. I had a couple levels. I don't have it in front of me. I should have wrote it down. But on my tops of daily levels, I do have some levels to the downside. But I'm hoping today we get a little bit of a breather. I mean, they've just been hammering the market for 3 days straight. And usually you'll get some sort of short covering, right? So I'm hoping we get that today.
Relief.
Hoping for it. Let's all pray.
All right. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ now. As always, starting with the weekly. Let's get these moving averages up here. So there's that 200 session moving average. Really came in really right at the 5% level, 16,662. Obviously, the upside market has broken. We are now in an auction to the downside. And as Vince mentioned, this auction to the downside is presenting as very healthy. We've seen
Little
volume
special sugar in the coffee. Yeah.
on the last couple of days here, and this is the weekly chart. Upside.
Man, I almost took that before I got up. Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Downside auction has ensued in the longer time frame. Daily chart, of course, we know that the upside auction has broken, and we have a downside auction that is continuing to try and push to the downside. And as Vince said, this auction is healthy. It is a pretty healthy downside auction when we look at the volume,
We're looking at it.
pricing
What are we
day over
looking
day
at?
continues to increase. This is something that happens a lot during down markets. Maybe not so much on strong
In
up
Q.
markets.
All right,
but
that's what I thought.
Looking at at fear coming into the market and a capitulation type thing, that's when you're going to see all the volume come in. Friday we added 13,000 estimated open interest to the downside. That is new shorts. Between Thursday and Friday, that's 33,000 new contracts, new sellers, new shorts coming into the market. And that is, again, as Vince said, that's healthy. You're seeing lower pricing showing acceptance through volume as well as open interest increasing to the short side. That is a healthy downside auction. Here's that death cross we saw last week. 50 session moving below the 200 session. You look at the 30. Oh, hey, whoa. All right. So again, overnight inventory. So you can measure overnight inventory from settlement because there was a lot of selling that came in between settlement and the open last night. I tend to look at where the market opened the previous night. So last night, that's where we opened. That's where we're sitting. So is there overnight inventory to the short side off of settlement? Yes, probably to a degree. But where we opened last night and to where we are now is flat line. So I'm kind of discounting any real important overnight inventory at this point. Again, opening with a gap. Gap rules. 5% top step effect. Last night, man, I think Jay and I were both saying, "Oh, this is gonna lock limit." It was so thin and so whippy. And we were like, "Oh my goodness, this is going to hit 7%," and it just never did.
I thought so myself.
Yeah, right. So
Yep.
the top step effect. We are 25% off the all-time high in the Nasdaq bear market territory, ladies and gentlemen.
There's a guy in the chat room named PP Poo Poo. I just gave him some shit.
30% off the all-time high, 15,870.
PP Poo Poo.
No, let's not do that. Let's like have all these things straighten themselves out. Let's recover. I want to take another look at my 401k sometime soon.
I ain't even looking at it.
Today, probably not today. Vince, what are your thoughts here?
It's the investors that are
so
freaking
very,
out.
very
Us day
similar
traders are like,
situation
fuck yeah.
Here to the S&Ps. I'm hoping that we get rotation up here to settlement. I would like to see 17,539 get targeted, and I would love to see us get back into value from the previous day and get us back up here. Maybe even test the bottom of this gap, 18,242-ish, somewhere in that range. I would love to see that happen, right? Hopefully when we open, we don't just catch a sell-off and we just keep on going.
Keep going.
Ultimately,
Order
I would
fill.
really like to see us get a little bit of a relief rally here and get us up to test the gap low at 18,425. And the settlement on the spike base way up here at 18,716 quarter.
That almost hurt.
I mean, market's been dropping 5%. If you remember back during COVID time, or even when the war broke out with Russia and Ukraine, the market would drop 1,000 points or 2,000 points in the Dow or whatever, and then the next day would rally up. Oh, we had the biggest gain in history, So we had the biggest sell-off in history. The next day is the biggest gain in history. So I think we're heading for that type of volatile situation.
Holding.
Where we're gonna get
Order
really big
fill.
swings in this market.
250.
Hoping it goes upside today. But I would love to see us
250,
get
bitch.
Get back into the value area play and get up into this gap and try to close this gap up here.
Right,
But we got to close the overnight gap first, right? So we got to get
Yes,
here
we
to
do.
17,390. Actually, 17,540.
Vince,
Yeah, up around the
do
7,500.
me a favor.
Yeah.
I know you've heard it a million times, but a lot of folks here probably aren't familiar with what the value area special situation play is. I know that is a hypothesis that you're kind of looking at today. Would you explain what the value area special situation play is to everybody viewing?
Yeah, absolutely. So the value area play is when you open you open the day with a gap, So you have an imbalance in the market, and you go and retest the value from the previous session. So you close the gap, you get acceptance back inside value from the previous day, and you rotate through value. Sometimes you'll get the value and it'll reject, right? So you got to be very careful when you get up there. But there's a good chance that if you get acceptance inside of value from the previous day, you will get a rotation up here to possibly point of control or the value high ultimately. So that's pretty much what the value area plays. Dalton, he's discounting it, but I'm still looking at it. Though. What about you? I mean,
Oh yeah,
I still think it's valid, honestly. It may
yeah.
not work as much as it used to, but it's
I think he
valid
still
for me.
looks at it. He just doesn't call
Yeah,
it that anymore. He
gotcha.
just doesn't call it
Gotcha.
that. So,
Okay.
Vince, for those watching, what are those value levels? The value low
Yeah.
from Friday and value high.
Yeah, absolutely. So first we're going to try to close the gap today, if we can. If we don't start selling off our others. But we're going to try to close the gap at 17,540. If we get acceptance back inside of
All right, it
17,600,
is 7:46. I'm gonna go ahead and start taking a
that's
look at crude oil now because they're about to be honing in on some crude oil.
and
Let's see what's going on here.
17,975 ish. And then we have the gap low up here at 18,250. And then we have a settlement and a spike base at 18,716.
Little
That's
crude oil
always
action.
up there, but you never know. You never know. There's
Yeah,
no volatility
ACH,
in this
motherfuckers.
market. I mean, we had it last week, right? We had that one day where, we were looking at the overnight inventory and we had a huge.
All right, guys, I have got to take a few minutes, step away to the little boy's room. I shall return, my friends.
Let's just pray that this market doesn't open and just keep selling.
Keep tanking.
Yeah. I mean, last night was scary. When I turned on the computer and I saw that gap down and we were down 5%, I'm like, we're going to lock limit. We're limit down today. And thank God we bounced, but it's brutal.
Well, let's hope that doesn't happen today. I'm looking for some sort of recovery to happen so that I can start getting back involved in these because these are not my markets. These are not when I excel. Let's take a look at crude oil now. All right, Vince.
Yep. Yeah. Let's do it.
All right. So the weekly chart. I mean, for a year, it's been very range bound. 2 years even. And we broke that on the weekly chart. This is substantial. This is a pretty big breakout. The market's been kind of rotating, closing in on itself. We've broken out of that last week. Let's take a quick look at the daily chart. So lots of gyration inside of that longer time frame balance. The market did show some pretty decent increases in volume upon breaking out of the longer time frame area of balance. We've added 54,000 contracts on Friday alone. New shorts coming into the marketplace. Adjustments in inventory, probably in longer time frame overall. Mostly we're going to be seeing shorter time frame traders, probably going home flat a lot, but this increase in open interest between yesterday and between Friday and Thursday, we're looking at 66,000 new contracts to the short side. That's some pretty substantial selling coming in. It's new business. What kills me, Vince, is looking at these moving averages. How long has this balance been in play when they are all just tightly packed and right pretty much where this break came from?
Yeah.
Certainly call that braided, right? All right.
Spaghetti.
We got some demand issues.
All right, we is back.
If we're going to be kind of entering into recession, which is one of the uncertainties and the fears that are in the markets these days.
Looking at some
Probably going
crude
to lower
oil.
demand for crude, and also we've got OPEC talking about increasing their productions. So a lot of things kind of piling in on the short side here in crude oil. Take a look at the 30-minute chart.
Yeah, no, I'm liking this right now.
We do have. I mean, there's a lot of weak structure above.
Show me, don't tell me, though.
The equities as well. Two gaps Lots of naked point of controls above, but we've broken a longer time frame market state. So
19
until
seconds
there's
to a
some sort of
new
change
3-minute
in this,
candle.
I think we're still looking for
Oh, by the way,
opportunities for shorts in this
100 tick,
market. That's
top
just,
right here,
again,
top
my
right,
opinion.
100 tick, bottom right,
You know,
1
that's what
minute,
this is all about. Is
left,
trying to
3
see
minute.
some sort of context. Always remembering risk
Scalping
management and
setup.
remaining patient in our trading today. Looks like we've got a weekend gap, but it's inside the range from Friday, so no real gappage. Looking like we're going to be opening
Wait for
in
it.
range, but below value from Friday.
Wait for it.
Did this get a little bit overdone to the downside? Is what it's starting to make me think. But I still, looking at the technicals and everything, I still think that we're looking for opportunities for shorts in this market. Of course,
Yes, we are.
Um, that's
I'll short me some oil.
opinion.
I will short me some
We're gonna
crude
see.
oil.
This might be an interesting opening range trade, JD. This is the one I think we might like to take, especially if we can get it relatively cheap. Let's take another look here. For the profile on Friday
Wait,
was normal
fart.
variation.
Wait,
there was a lot
fart.
of probing.
It's always got a little
in
more
both
in it.
Directions. The market, opened, set the initial balance, looked below it, looked above it, came back inside the initial balance. Just a lot of kind of seeking a two-sided trade here. And if we
Nope.
do follow
Ooh, that's why you wait for it.
that's going to kind of put us into balance, give us an opportunity to use
All right,
range
it's not done.
breakout rules.
It's
Not
not
quite
done.
there yet.
No,
but
it ain't.
Let's see what this open does for us. We get back into value from Friday. It could be a pretty decent opening range trade opportunity for us here, JD. I don't know, Vince. What do you think?
Yeah, so, well, the first thing with crude oil, why isn't my gas prices going down? They actually went up over here 10 cents. How does that work out? Crude
It only
oil
goes
down by
up
what,
fast.
16%? It was down like 16% last week, right? Or something like that, 14%? And gas prices are going up, so go figure that one out. But if you go over to my charts there, I'm looking at a longer time level here on the daily, around this $56 level. We're getting pretty close to it. We're at 61.08 right now. So I'm looking for this. We had this big rally up, right? We came back, we tested it. We pulled
I'm
back,
not even gonna
tested
do
a
it.
big rally.
I'm not even gonna say
We
it.
keep on testing this area. We tested it back on August of 21, December of 21, May of 22. So I think this is going to be an interesting area if we get
Wait
here.
for it.
Maybe just start loading up on
Wait
some
for
bonds
it.
maybe. But we're pretty far away still.
Go.
Order fill.
Area. The 56 is like a long time level I'm looking at in crude oil. If we go to the 30, like you said, we had a ton of open interest. I mean, look at the open interest that came in on Friday. 54,000 to the short side. That is huge. Where is it huge?
Give me $100. Come on, I want $100.
Huge.
Give me $100. $100.
We had 10,600 on Thursday. 50.
Come on, $100.
on Friday. Like you said, we're pretty much overnight inventory is moved, right? There's nothing there. We're actually
All right, I think what I'll
inside
do
of
is
range right now.
Order fill.
pop in another
What range
contract.
looks like opening in 5 more minutes, 6 more minutes.
Probably just got
We're
tanked.
outside of value still.
Nah, it's about to
Overnight
roll.
inventory, This is the overnight inventory here. So we're just sitting inside of the range. So
We's all right.
maybe we could test this settlement. I would like to see crude oil get up here, test settlement, and try to do something. But we do have on the 30. Is this high here? All right. So we haven't taken out the high of the overnight open yet. And
Come on, roll over.
I'm wondering to see if we reject value at here. Value, we're gonna rough estimate this hope at 61.25, 28.
Yeah, we all right.
So up
We
there.
okay.
If we try
In
to
fact-
get up inside of value from Friday, we can't accept in value. We can't get the settlement from Friday, and we roll over. I think I like the short side here in crude.
I
we
like
gotta
the
see
short
if we
side.
can
I'm
get
short
below
right now.
61.25. All right. If
Did
we're
your
staying
friend
below
ever start trading with you?
61.25, I think I'm going to play the short side.
Not live yet.
If we could get acceptance above it, I do like us testing settlement and maybe the,
He's
from Friday.
It's gonna take him a bit to be able to get on a
Yeah,
set
the
schedule to be able to do.
61.21
He's having
is
sleeping
down
issues and
low
he's
from Friday as well. So
He's up for days at a time trying to figure out how to go to sleep right now.
Right.
We got our overnight high right up there as well. Looks like the overnight high.
No, he's
took
straight
out
laced. He's
pretty
not
much
straight
overnight
laced,
high.
but he's not doing anything stupid. He just has
61.18
insomnia issues
is
that
trading
causes him a bunch of trouble sometimes.
22. Four ticks through that.
Yeah.
It's going to be an interesting.
That's part of
range
it.
trade. Let's get
Thyroid.
Yeah,
to,
yeah, for
gold
sure.
now, and we'll
Yep.
catch that
Down
opening
like
range
fucking
trade.
almost 40 pounds.
So the
That's
weekly,
awesome.
Still
Went from
strong.
186,
One thing that I
500,
see on this
up to
weekly
like,
that it kind of
weeks
irks
ago.
me a little bit if I'm going to try and stay long is balance boxes are getting closer and closer together. If I were to place a box around the areas of balance, there's that one.
I really like this
There's
short.
that one.
I'm
Order
getting another
filled.
contract.
And this one, well, actually this one. Let me get this one down here. And now this one. So we're seeing the areas of balance getting closer together, indicating the momentum is slowing. The
Yes, it
momentum
is.
slowing. We got gold up at $3,100 here, $3,000. This is pretty expensive. Not saying it can't go any further. Of course, I think we said that when it was trading to $80 and
Yeah.
$200 and $800, and now look where it is.
Yeah.
But the auction seems to be slowing a little bit. If we were just to be looking at these
All right,
areas
here we
of
go.
balance as they continue to get
I'm in heavy, so
closer-
I'm going to hold a little
closer
bit.
together, and even now maybe even starting to sit on top of each other on this weekly chart. Take a look at the daily.
All right, let me look at my positions.
The daily, the upside auction is still in play here. If you were to ask me, we do see a little bit of a liquidation break, and that's what it is because we've lost. Well, on Friday we lost.
I'm in three contracts
Thursday,
spaced,
we
so I
lost
want to hold a little bit. Give me about $300-$400. I'll be happy.
So this has been a long liquidation move. It's not like new selling is coming in. Of course, you're going to see higher volume on these types of situations. However, we did see lower volume on Friday than Thursday. So
What's
this
that?
is looking more like a long liquidation,
Rebuild.
profit-taking event. than-
If you're in the new
you
platform,
agree with that, Vince?
in the old platforms, it don't work that
Order
way.
fill.
Decreasing volume over the last 2 sessions, so
So you got to have a combine inside the new
Yeah.
platform, and then you start banking your resets that you don't use
So we
with no limit, from what I understand. You can just bank them.
Back on the third.
All right,
week,
that was
total
170,
loss,
60, and
700.
30.
Okay, and
So
value
$270 trade.
lower, right, overlapping the lower in the trend day, double distribution trend day. I think we got here, and then we had
$2,100
lower
practice
volume, and we
account
lost
in the first
19,000. So that's a lot
30 minutes of the
contracts
market.
to lose on lower volume. So I'm thinking that that's just long liquidation, like you said. But if
New
we
York
look at the,
Open, I'm going to
zoom
switch
out a
over. I'll
little
probably
bit
take
on
a
the
couple more
chart,
practice
you see
trades, and
this
then I'll switch
3,000
over to
level is a
my
pretty important level. There's kind
real
of a
shit.
roadblock here. If you look at back on February 10th through February 24th, okay, you can see every time we put in this high,
We should start
sell
thinking
off,
about
sell off. I
doing
think
1 day a
now,
week
because what
or 1 day every 2 weeks live,
support became a
or
support zone,
at least
right?
we're starting
Came
off
down,
recording them.
bounced, we checked that 3,000 level, we bounced off. Came back to it.
I've got it all set up.
29.90, bounced off it. Tested it 1, 2, 3.
I've been working my way towards live. I'm just trying to get some shit dialed in.
Bouncing off. So obviously there's buyers in that spot, right?
Right.
Yeah, live
Those
is
buyers
where you
there,
really
they
want to
remain
be.
there, we don't know. But for right now, the buyers are there in the overnight.
I use my recording for dynamic trade journal.
A little bit of a head and shoulders we've got going on here. Inverse head and shoulders here in gold right now,
Yes,
right?
I was just going to say that. So we're kind of, so I was looking at that and not here.
Didn't you just tell me you're
Had
not
this
trading?
Little pattern going on.
Uh-huh.
Now, are we
Oh,
going
okay.
to take out this neckline and break out the upside?
All right, let's
This should be
let's step
interesting
away
to
from
see
gold
how
for a
we-
second and check in with the crude oil opening range trade here for now.
Mhm.
The boss has spoken.
All right.
Crude is about to open for business here. Crude is now open. Ding, ding, ding.
Right.
You got a little
Talking
volume
most of
coming
the
in
time.
the
Do it.
crude oil.
Looking at a 1 minute opening range in crude. I read the best loser wins twice over the weekend. Saturday morning I went out, I took the dog for a walk, and it was on my front porch. I plowed through it Saturday morning in a couple hours, and then I read it
That's
again
good.
yesterday, a little more slowly. So if we get on the right side of one of these opening range trades, let's try adding to it.
Yeah.
You're digging in, aren't you?
Yeah.
I'm in. Sold. Let's try it.
Hey, who's that trader Hogue? You know him from the floor. He's like, everybody does it all wrong. When you're winning, bet more.
Reba.
Reba. Yeah.
Greg
He's mentioned in
Reba.
the book a couple
Greg
times.
Reba. When you're winning, bet more.
All right, we've got a high of. We should be in a short trade right now.
I don't like it short. Well, yeah, I do.
Opening range is still hasn't there. Now it just broke to the downside.
Fuck it. I'm gonna go ahead and take
Order
out one.
filled.
60.88. We are short one crude oil 60.88.
Order filled.
I'm short two. 60.88.
88.
All right. Small opening range.
Very tight, yeah.
12 ticks.
See money, take money. Especially with two contracts.
15 ticks of risk on this trade. Got a CYA up at 6103. That was a real tight opening range.
Yeah, it was.
Come on, crude.
All right. See money, take money. I'll take it.
Order filled.
That was $110.
Want to see it
Yeah,
happen right
maybe.
now, immediately.
Yeah, I'm done.
Take
I'm
it,
out.
Lucy.
Where we at?
Flat.
Where
Flat.
are we in on this?
60.88 short. 60.88 short one crude oil. 60.88.
Oh,
All right. You got to get into
Right
one
on
here
top of
so
our
that,
entry price.
DD can marry this thing in honor of Tom Hoogard.
well, if we break below 60.40, I would add.
60.40 is an ad.
Yep.
Got last
We
week's
can
low,
maintain
Friday's
that
low,
area.
60.45.
Yeah, we get below that, I would add.
Well,
Come on, crude.
Coach Vince has set the price.
Coach Vince has set the price. Needs some follow through. Want to see some follow through pretty soon here, guys.
The only thing with this crude for the last couple weeks, the opening ranges, right? They've been really, really a slow go.
Yes, they
It
have.
has been, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, hitting that 4-year low, I mean, geez.
Yeah.
It's been a while. Last week it declined 10%.
It was down 7-8% in one day, Eddie.
Yeah. It took those opening range trades a long time to actually play out, though. We would chop
Yeah.
around inside that opening range for a good half hour or so before finally breaking out. We did have a couple good winners in crude last week, too, playing the opening range.
So, what's your takeaway, JD, from Best Loser Wins? I mean, Tom Hoogard's got a pretty low hit rate, but when he hits, it's huge.
Yep. There was a couple of just cherry lines in that book, We're not trading to break even. We're trading to make money.
Yeah, we are, baby.
I totally agree with that, Shaving one off and letting a runner go. Yeah, that's been sort of our policy here with these opening range trades for a while. But he talks against that, Like, if you're in a trade, let it go. Don't touch it.
Right.
Don't lenny it, which we have a tendency to do. We have a tendency to lenny these trades.
Always been a linear.
Right. So let's try not touching them for a while, and let's try adding to our winners on these opening range trades instead of trying to pick 1 to 1, 2 to 1, 3 to 1 our targets. Let's just let them ride.
That's what Reba was so good at, man.
Let it ride.
He would get into a trade and just barrel into it, add to it. He was crazy
whole
as a
mindset,
loon, but what a trader.
Yeah. Yesterday was yesterday. It's got nothing to do with today. You lost $1,000 yesterday. You're up $1,000 now. Do you get out to cover your losses from yesterday, or are you trying to make some money? That's basically
That whole conversation he
takeaway
had
from
with the
that
trader
book,
he was talking to, right?
Yep.
So if you get out, you're just alleviating pain.
alleviating pain. That's it. Yeah. I'm gonna read it probably 3 more times this week.
Nice. That was Tom Hugard, you said, right?
Tom Hugard, best loser wins.
Yeah, Hugard,
Yep.
he's my trading hero.
You're a fast reader,
Oh,
JD.
I read quite a bit. My wife is a librarian by profession. She's always bringing stuff.
Well, you kind of have to.
There you
Oh,
go.
there you go. Gotta stay on the good side, JD.
That's right.
Exactly.
I bought it on. I bought it.
It's a quick read though. It's only like
bought it on
250
Audible,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and I'm listening to it at 2 times speed, so it's about a 3 and a half hour read.
Yeah, I have it on Audible as well.
Where'd you get that? Amazon or where'd you get that?
Audible.
Yeah, Audible, Eddie.
Audible's on
Yeah.
Prime, isn't it? Yeah, I think so, isn't it?
I don't know. It's just an app on my phone. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I think Amazon owns it or whatever. But yeah, it's great because you can listen to it, and then they have like a PDF format, I think, of it too. So if you wanted to look at it, I think you can.
Now, if you have Prime on Amazon, you get like free books. So if you got Prime and you don't know this, look into your subscriptions on your account, and there's a lot that if you do have Prime that is available. So I didn't know this either, and I've got like 50 books I can get for free.
Yeah, use those credits.
Yeah, exactly. It's also on Spotify. There you go, Caro. I got Spotify too.
The first book trading book I ever bought to listen to. Kind of prefer having the book.
Yeah.
It's nice having something to reference when you're looking for something specific. Just flip through a page instead of trying to
Yeah, they can write on it.
find the right spot in the audiobook. I like having physical hard copies of books also, and more convenient.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with
You can
listening
write on
to
too,
an
JD.
audiobook.
You can put notes on
Yeah.
them and stuff.
Mark them up, yeah. Make your notes. Here we go, right back to the low of the opening range. You can see this selling volume pretty much dying out here.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Fake out.
Yeah.
I am coming back over to
Head
Inkio.
fake. That's to get everybody. Oh, let's buy it. Let's buy it.
Was that our ad right there?
Back in the
Is that a
NAS,
little
correct,
prop?
baby.
Should that have been on a re-ad? Or double up? See if we make a new low.
Not feeling that yet.
All right, everything's NASDAQ, NASDAQ, NASDAQ. 100 tick, 1 minute, 3 minute. All right.
Nothing's really telling us to get out of this trade yet either.
Jumping over to the bang account.
Just hold it.
All right. Because my risk is wide and I am trading volatility,
exception of this
I have
little-
given myself, I have a very high
This is
success
only
rate,
going up here
upwards
for
of
that,
80% plus. I have
range
given
high
myself
was,
3 trades. At 3 trades, make it a
97.
win or lose, it's going to lock me out
097,
of this account for the remainder of the day.
All right.
So I'm going to be sitting watching for some really
So
good
right here,
opportunities.
6103.
And I'm not
Give it
afraid to
money,
close the
baby.
trade before it hits the
Here we go.
target. Perfect circumstances, $1,500.
Little bit friendly to the upside on the ADX, but
You like looking at that ADX Hogue?
something I looked at a lot back in the day, and I kind of moved away from it. And then the Riz, Robert Cooney, kind of threw me some charts and reminded me, you know what, it can be healthy.
What does the ADX measure there, Hope?
It measures participation and directional activity. So you can see it down here. This is the 3
Like a
minute bar.
MACD? Like a MACD?
Sort of. So when you've got participation above like 25, and right now the ADX is 32, and you've got the green bars above the red bars, that's saying that there's probably some buyers in here. But like everything, it's a lagging indicator. It does give false signals just something to keep an eye on. Very low volume right now on this 3-minute chart. I mean, look how low the volume is. Boom, boom.
Could we have a
That's up
divergence?
volume.
Even? Does it show divergences or?
Can we switch over to Hoax charts on the back so people can see what he's talking about? There we go.
So here's the ADX. So the ADX
Okay.
plus positive DI directional indication is above the negative. Pretty decent participation, at least on this 3-minute chart. We're seeing some pretty low volume. I mean, look at this. This is after the open. Here's the 8 o'clock bar. There's the opening bar. The third 30-minute bar is absolutely dead. And it was an up bar. So it seems as though, and we've got, we got the plus DI lower. We got the negative DI moving higher on some pretty decent participation. I like the short, actually, too.
Let's go, crude. Come on, we need to break that 60-40 level. I like to get below that and hold it. Volume's increasing, right?
We are seeing some increasing selling volume coming in.
Was dead. The last up bar was dead. So we're getting a little bit better volume on the downside here now.
All right, we got about 15 minutes or so to New York Open. I'm gonna let the market open, then I'm gonna jump over from
Keep talking it
these
down,
guys
keep talking it down.
and get some music going, get focused in.
Jerome. Yeah, it doesn't tend to listen to me, but got the
So,
Come on.
also reading Hogard's book, he does like to move stops to break even after a certain amount of time.
yes.
But I found that we have a tendency to get wiped out when we do that. What do you think? Should we wait till like 3 to 1?
to do that? But once it gets to a certain amount, he says he sees it ridiculous to lose money on a trade.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. I'm the
Agreed.
same way. Usually 2 to 3 to 1. I'll go to break even. I can't see having that kind of money, and then you end up with a loss.
We're about to hit
That's
3 to 1.
so.
We're about to hit 3 to 1 hour right now. Would you say this is a good time to adjust the stop?
I personally, I probably would, because I wouldn't want to lose that. What are we up, like 300-400?
Take the money. Take the fucking
Around,
money.
3 to 1 hour would be 45 ticks. So yeah, 450.
Yep. I would go to BE. That's me, though.
We'll take 5 ticks on this trade.
Touched it.
Worst case,
All right, we
get a
got
free
we got to
trade.
do
Worst
something
case,
real
we
quick. We got to
Oh,
get our other
breakdown
screens
right
up and
there.
running.
I'd love to see this breakdown right there.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Well, boys, we're just about out of time here on opening call, but we still got a few minutes, and just want to give you a little heads up. We got lots going on here today, and thanks for being with us here in the community, in the chat. Coming up here, we got Coach Dakota, number 5 on the big board.
That's my coach,
Jay going to be joining us
Coach
here
Dakota.
for Fast Markets.
That's my VIP
And,
coach
Peter
right there.
Tuckman. He'll be with us here with Andre. Riker's going to join us. Rising Star, number 139 on the big board. Check out with Riker. Robert's going to be with us here, and Coach Paul going to be doing the VIP update. Coming up here at 1 o'clock, Dorm Room Traders. We're going to college, folks. Amanda with Dolby and JD. And to end the day here, we got Mo, number 26 on the big board. Mohammed's going to be with us to end the day with a big smile and a big winner. I'm not going to guarantee that, but I'm sure he's in the chat checking it out, man. Good morning, Mohammed. And
Mohammed.
any last words here, guys, before we close out this opening call?
we will continue to monitor this opening range trading crude. Again, we're sitting at about 3 to 1 R on it right now. Mo says to just get out. If we're talking about a break-even stuff, just cover the trade.
Can't say I disagree, but we are trying to hold these. Right?
Yeah, we are trying to hold it. So I'll let the market do
Makes
the
sense.
talking. If the price action dictates that it's time to get out of this trade, we'll look at the volume, we'll look at price, and
Old habits hard to
trade
break.
good.
Yeah.
A few minutes, but for now, we're letting this run a little bit. I'll keep you posted on that.
We're good.
What's that? Oh,
I think we're good on it. I honestly do.
yeah.
You know, I've been wrong. We can't lose on it, so let's just let it go. See what happens.
Agreed.
Nice.
Make Tom Hugard. Let's make Tom
Sounds
proud.
good.
Make him proud for us. He's good. Good. He's
Let's
good.
get Tom Trades watching Top Step TV. That would be great. Yeah.
Yes.
I think he'd come.
Get him on here.
Stay humble, grateful, creative, and centered in your trading today. Make sure you breathe. Pray for peace. And Faizan, leave the guns. Take the canolas.
I could
All
go
right.
for one of them right about now.
Coach Vince, thanks for being with us here this morning. Great stuff.
Yeah,
and
thank you, guys.
hey, we started off this week pretty cool so far, and we're going to keep it running fast. And talking about fast markets, it's Coach Dakota, Coach Jay. Now, Coach Dakota cleaned up last Friday. He locked in a little over, almost $1,500 worth of profits after hosting the slow markets last night. We can't wait to hear what his thoughts were on the week ahead. Also, Coach Jay also had a nice Friday with 4.5 locked in one of his trading combines. Let's find out what the head of the Top Step VIP team, the Lunatics, is thinking about the state of the market this morning. Lots going on, lots hitting the wire. Don't go away. We're going to be back here soon, and we're going to take a little break right now. So keep it running.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
I promise.
You need me to move? Just tell me if you do, and I'll get up.
Why Top Step? Because traders shouldn't have to risk everything to participate in the markets. And since 2012, we've provided capital to over 10,000 futures traders just like you. From the pits in Chicago to screens in over 143 countries, we've been motivated by one simple idea. We don't care who you are or where you learn to trade. If you pass Top Step's trading evaluation, you'll be invited to trade with our capital in a fully funded account. As a Top Step funded trader, you keep 90% of profits and we take the losses. We also offer educational resources for all levels, live classes, and free group coaching from a team with over a century of professional trading experience. We're invested in your success.
All right, we just
So what are
about
you waiting
lined out and ready for
Ditch
business.
the brokerage account, start learning by doing, and become a Top Step funded trader today.
How do you manage your emotions in trading? Are you taking anything from the ski, like professionalizing your mindset to get that in the right spot that you've done over the last 20 years?
Yeah.
To do anything and bring it over to the trading world?
Yeah, I mean,
You meditate, right?
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
meditating and exactly,
Yeah.
exactly that. Because you're not going to have a great day every day in trading.
Uh-huh.
Like you said, it's a love-hate business, and it's the same thing with skiing. It's a love-hate business. Not every day is going to be the most beautiful, sunny, slushy day.
Yeah.
There's a lot of days that are super icy, and you don't want to put your body
Good
on the
point.
line.
Yeah.
And-
Conditions of the day change and all that kind of stuff. Yeah,
Exactly.
you got to adapt. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's an OCD thing. It's an OCD thing. OCD. It's a fucking, I'm a nerd and things have got to be
is
right.
The daily bar charts for the ES. When you look from left to right for multiple days, what is important in there is
I'm
that
sorry,
there's
I can't
no
hear you.
indication of what I call adults in the room.
Okay.
When I use that statement, that means that I don't see any indication of any dominance by large institutional traders or those investment managers that hold for extended periods of time.
All right, we're fucking sweet now, baby.
And it even. Quarter bid. Half bid.
Well, we got to get our
Even bid.
markets
I'm sorry,
right.
quarter, half, quarter.
S&P. Dow. Russell. Crude oil. Gold. Silver. Platinum. Bitcoin. Micro Bitcoin. All right, we're dialed in now. All right, guys. We're going to silence. We're going to silence these boys right here. And we're going to come over here and we're going to get some fucking hammer music going. Hammer music, baby. We're going to hammer some shit. This is the truth right here, baby. Kill or be killed. All right, we're locked in. All right, we're locked in. We got contract size right. We're in the right account. I'm not going to hard charge straight into trades. I'm locked and loaded and live. Worst thing I could do is run hard charging in. I want to chill, I want to relax, I want to get in the phase with the market. I want to feel it, what's going on. I'm going to wait till open. I need the momentum. I want to see the fast moving motherfucking markets. I got 3 trades in this account. 3 trades. Gotta make them count. All right, we need to check something out real quick. No, we're already dialed in. We're dialed in. Man, volatility is up almost 70 ATR. You get wiped out quick, man. You get wiped out in a second. Whole account gone. Boom, gone. This is not a signals class. This is for entertainment purposes only. Make your own decisions. Don't be a dipshit. Figure it out for yourself. Don't try to follow anybody. You gotta know what you're doing. It will destroy you and leave your brain empty. Momentum starting to come in in front of the open. kind of like this new setup I got, this new perspective. Basically the same charts, a little bit different perspective, different time frames. Market open in 2 minutes. New York session. Looking at the NASDAQ, affectionately known as the Nas Crack. Taking a deep breath. Feng shui, wusa kind of shit. Ten seconds to open. Bell. Pretty calm and cool open there. Nothing too bad, although the fucking volatility is insane right now. Doesn't look like it on the chart, but the ATR right now is at 70. That means the average candle swings 70 fucking points. I got 3 trades. It'll lock me out for the day after 3 trades, win or lose. So I'm gonna chill. I'm just gonna fucking chill. I'm mainly focusing on that screen on the left, the 3 minute. Where is it at? What's it doing? Is it in an interesting area? When it becomes into an interesting area, I will then begin to look at the 100 tick and the 1 minute and determine direction and timing. Only been open for 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes. I'm just gonna chill. I got all day to trade. I got 3 trades. Got to make them count. Even though I have 3 trades, I can opt to use as many of them or not use as many of them as I see fit. I'm looking at that ladder and seeing how chaotic that ladder is right now. Oh, thank you so much. That is awesome. I'm sorry? Sweet, thank you, thank you. I'm liking it short, but it's too extended for me. I need to see some reset in there. Like I said, I got 3 trades. I need to make them count. When I push that trigger, I need to be sure about the position I'm getting into. And because I took such a hit last week in this account and I'm down to the wire in it, I may only look for one good successful trade for a few days. You get some money built up. And then I'll switch over to my other accounts. I'm just not liking where it's at. I'm not chasing trade. I got 3 trades. I got to make them count. I'm starting to think long might be the answer here. But I need to see it. Show me, don't tell me. I had my finger on the button there for a minute. Man, we're close to that circuit breaker. That big red line down there, that's no more trading when it hits that for the day. And woo, boy. Let's go see what Top Step's talking about real quick.
Dumpapalooza. Look at this, man.
Well, it is someone's birthday today, at least. We might have on
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
It looks like they had a heck of a trading night last night, so I'm
Ask
interested
about
to
that.
see what that was all about. Hopefully he wasn't
What's
long from the
considered a
bottom
Black
in an
Monday?
open position.
Joining us. More selling coming in here. Gold selling off 30.19 in the gold, Jay.
Yeah. So one thing that Hogan and I were talking about yesterday, right, where we see all these moves down, we're seeing, potential almost limit down in some of these markets. In order to cover some of the margin, you might have to sell other assets, right? So, people are looking at gold as this potential risk, safe haven asset. But if you got to cover margin in the equities, you sell something else. And that's kind of why I'm holding onto this gold trade as well. We've seen it in Bitcoin, where it was holding up and that started to sell off over the weekend. Hogue, we asked the question yesterday, where is the money going?
Right.
Well,
there's a lot of profits in gold right now. I mean, gold's been rallying since January. So if you've got profits and you've got to cover some margin, not a bad place to take some profit. But money's going into the treasuries, right?
Oh, there you go.
That's what it looks like.
It's such a scary trade to short Bitcoin, but I know this is hindsight capital, but going into this weekend, where strangely, I don't know if it was Sailor buying or something like that, but Bitcoin held up very nicely on Friday compared to everything else, only to get pummeled on Sunday. Casual Sunday afternoon.
All right, more selling coming in here in the ES. Gold's, everything's red, man. Red.
Heading down to 5% here.
Yeah, we are.
5% in the ES, 48.55. 5% in the NASDAQ, 16,662.
NASDAQ's bouncing.
A lot of trade talk coming over the wire here. Back and forth. UK, EU. So I'm posting the best I can here in the
Excuse me, I'm chawing down on some shit.
Mover. It's all the same repetitive stuff, but market mover might also be that one of our Bell to Bellers, Shubham's birthday is also today. Goodman Shubham.
A lot of birthdays.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you, Danielle. You read my mind. 48.80. 48.80, 48.81. What's up, Jack?
I wasn't trading. I was still in school during the financial crisis, but I would hear stories from the older traders that the night guys were just kind of there playing Xbox at night because you're not allowed to do anything. That's kind of how I feel right now.
We were just night
Yeah,
clerks, just
I don't know
watching,
if there's going to be any trading today.
traders watching their position, having them when they call in. Where's the market at?
Could be a long opportunity here in the NASDAQ.
Yeah, I'm thinking so too.
I'm not
5%.
trading it. I still have 15 minutes. Oh, yeah, look at this thing go. Look for it to rotate back up towards 900.
So all the major trading desks were staffed last night. They were all in there on the Sunday night.
Order
You start getting
filled.
Those rumors ahead
Order
of it.
filled.
Woo! $282.
1,000 lot ES closing in on it.
All right. I'm chilling.
And pull.
I'm
Where'd you
fucking
go?
chilling.
Yeah.
Moved it up.
I'm fucking chilling, man.
I don't see it up there.
Fucking chilling.
Didn't want it. All right, here we go.
$285 trade.
Oh, filled. Who says it was filled? It come down or did it get filled? Okay. Thank you, Hoop.
posted. All right, real quick, upper left-hand corner of the screen, hashtag fast markets. Use hashtag
One
Power
trade
Hour
down.
as well. Just up at Top Step TV on the X.
One
also,
trade down. 2 more to go.
wish Michael Patak a very happy birthday on his Twitter. We'll post the link to his Twitter, or his X, I should say. Wish him a happy birthday. Fearless leader. I don't even know how old he's now. He might be joining us, but we'll get the link up there. And hashtag power, hashtag fast markets at Top Step TV on the X. Also, you get MP's Twitter link, X link in there. Go wish him a happy birthday today. He's going to join us, say what's up.
Right back up to those 900s, Dakota. What a bounce.
Dakota. 5%.
Whose idea was it to? Whose idea was it not to trade the first 30 minutes?
Top step back.
Get that Twitter link in there.
Seen it happen at
Jackie was also
740s.
born on this day. Jackie Chan and Michael Patak. Wow.
Heavy hitters, Eddie. Where's that? We'll get it in there again.
The top step effect wins again.
Just a reminder, because people keep asking, yeah, you're allowed to trade as long as the product is not within 2% of the limits. So even if it hit it, if it went back, you can trade again. That only applies to XFA and live funded accounts. Trading Combine, you can do the voodoo that you do.
I like that. Voodoo that you do. Where's the
Blazing Saddle reference?
So I'll show you what I was looking at.
Yeah.
Chat. It is this market, the structure changed down here at these 740s, and like it's looking bullish.
$282, $285. That's a
points
day's
higher.
pay right there, baby. Day's
But
pay.
you can see how we're making lower highs here?
12 hours.
On the 100 tick
Rolling
chart,
around a
making
fucking
lower
warehouse, grinding for 12 fucking hours.
Talk about the same
Just
exact
made it
pattern
in
over
fucking
and over again.
2 seconds.
Breakout, a comeback, a retest.
If you
of
don't
that,
count
and as soon as
the
we
time
get
I've
a
been sitting in
break,
front of the
like a
screens this morning
reversal
for
and a
3
break
hours, 2
situation,
hours, 2.5
there's
hours,
a
whatever the
couple
fucking time it
areas.
is.
This is when I announced it, and then there was a better trade opportunity either as we broke that previous pivot or as it was breaking through that. And, man, holy cow. Well, opportunities.
17s here.
There's going to be plenty of them.
Look at this turnaround. Okay. Big bounce here in the S&Ps. These 5-minute candles are wild. We are talking about a 70-point pop in this 5-minute candle in the ES. We're back up to overnight V about 49.33. I'm out at 48.77 in this 5-minute candle. NASDAQ cooking to the upside as well. This 5-minute candle, 100 points. 5-minute candle, 100 points last trade. 16,929.
I tuned back into Top Step because we were getting close to the circuit breaker, which is that red line there. And I needed to pop over and see what was going on. I need to know what's going on.
Be so kind. Where's everyone watching? Estonia. We got Norway's in the house. Who else we see in Sweden? Yes. Mom's basement. There you go, Kyle.
Hell yeah.
England.
Nirvana down a paltry 2.8%.
Mm-hmm. Germany, cool. Colorado, pushing higher here. More buying coming in the Nasdaq, closing in on 17,000s now. What a turnaround!
This is a casual 300 points, man.
Wow.
The 1 minute ATR on the Nasdaq is 70 points. That's $1,400 with a one lot.
Well, which I think Eddie alluded to. It could be the EU signaling sort of these 0 for 0 tariffs on cars and industrial goods. Like, any good news is appreciated at this point.
Big time. Still pushing higher here. Crude turned around. Gold still staying a little bit lower. There's MP's Twitter in the chat. Go wish him happy birthday. We'll be seeing him very shortly
how old
here.
is he?
Oh, we'll ask him if he does so happen to come on. We'll ask him. How does he feel? Got a glare on his face. You better fix that glare before you come on here. 17,022 pushing higher here in the Nasdaq. 49.50 last trade in the ES. 150 point bounce in the ES. Or, I'm sorry, no, about a 90 point bounce in the ES right now. Crude cooking now.
Holding above the 4,900 in the spot market.
So,
Let me see.
pin at the top of the chat. Also, pin at the top of the chat, Top Step Daily Levels. Have those open. We're going to be referring to them throughout the week. Do you one better? Click that indicators tab at the top of Top Step X. Type in Top Step Daily Levels. It'll be slapped, overlaid right on top of your charts. Top Step X. Again, Top Step Daily Levels refresh before every New York Open. Pin to the top of the chat. Make sure you have that link open. Jay still short 2 micro gold.
Yep, still holding on
was
to
the
this.
trade, man?
Yeah, I mean,
It got us in crude oil though.
All right.
Out.
Flat.
Flat. All right. Update the P&L when we have a chance.
You're still short.
We made
gold.
$50 on that. 50 buck.
All right.
Cicero.
gold kind of holding up here.
$50 is
Alright.
$50.
All right, I'm gonna get back over
Nearly a
to
barrel of oil.
music. Now that we're away from that fucking bottom line there, let's switch up a little bit. Yeah, let's switch up a little bit. Let's find something here. Yeah, let's do this. I'm gonna go ahead and trade a little bit more. I'm gonna watch it for a little bit longer. I really like trading where every time I push the button, it's a day's pay. 12-hour day pay. I really like it when it's a 12-hour day pay at overtime. $450, $500 for me. And for me, that's just holding it an extra couple seconds. Alright, we're about to get a cool off, I think. Maybe. I am not shorting this. I'm gonna wait for a good pullback. Take it long again, I think. Really focused in the price action. I got 2 trades left. 1 successful trade, $285. VIP Top Step, $100,000 combine. Got myself set at 3 trades because of market conditions. Taking a breath, relaxing. think we might have a short here in a second. S&P looking opportunistic. Silver looking dude, it's all looking good, dude. Man, look at that. Oh. All right, let's get back over. Oh, money everywhere, dude. Fucking money everywhere. There's just money falling from the skies, dude. Trump effect. I am not chasing into that trade right there. We're either going to have a revert back into the mean, which means a short down in the range, or we're going to bounce around right there at that fucking level right here and go one way or the other, or we're going to keep pushing through. We might get a little bit of a pullback and push through. I have 2 trades left and I'll be locked out for the day, so I want to make sure they count. They got to count. Aiming at a day's pay every time I push the button at minimum. $12-hour day. Nope. Nope. What is that? What is that? Last week's low. We're at last week's low and yesterday's low. Right here. Right here. I'm not shorting this. That ain't happening. Taking a breath. We're getting up against the wire here. We may be taking another trade. I'm relaxing, calming my nerves, focusing in on price action. Finger on the button. Finger on the button. Show me, don't tell me. 20 seconds left in that 1 minute candle. Not liking it yet. 7 seconds left in a 3 minute candle. Candle change any second now. Not doing it. Not doing it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Finger off the button. I don't like it. Yeah, I don't like it. I think it might have some more downside in it. I'm half tempted to take it short. I'm just not doing it. I was going to short it right there, but I'm not doing it. Too much indecision. Dojis on all 3 fucking time frames. It's heavy though. I think it's heavy. Yeah, I'm not doing it.
Order filled. Order filled.
$140. Second trade down. $419 on the bottom line. Gonna relax. Relaxing, taking a breath. Still got a little bit of ways to go to fill that gap. Breathing, taking a breath. All right, I think what I'm gonna do here, we got a flag. It's flagging. It's a bull flag. All right, what I think I'm gonna do here, for the sake of mental capital and staying back in the green for moving into the rest of this trading week, I am going to lock this account out for the day. I'm gonna move over to take a small break, and I'm gonna move over to my other accounts. We started trading. We took. All right, so we are $419.40. Let's go to P&L. I was going to take it there, but you know what? I'm all right with not doing it. I'm all right with not doing it. Let's go over here. I have 3 trades today. I only taken 2 of them. I'm at 100%, and I'm okay with that. In order to preserve trade percentage, which I'm at 72.4%, after taking a really hard dip last week, at the end of last week, I'm down $301.52 overall in this account. We were micro scalping here, little bit. We went in, tried to do some shit at the end of the week last week, and took 3 or 4 bad days, flattened out, and now we're on the way back. We're in damage control. We're trading bigger, trading minis. Average time in trade, 49 seconds today. Holding my loss. I'm 100% today. So all 2 of my trades were 100%. So this is from last week. All right, we're on the comeback out of the curve. And in order to preserve this, I'm not going to take that 3rd trade. I'm going to chill. I'm locking out, and I'm going to come back tomorrow. Now, if I can work the percentage tomorrow, I should be out of the red and back into the green. Notice I only took 2 trades. I really hammer traded here. 97 motherfucking trades. Back up 25 trades. 3 trades. That's where I want to be. I want to be down in these lower trade areas. All right, so we're going to come back out of this. We're going to be all right. All right. That's where we're at, guys. With that, this video is over. I'll come back and video my other accounts when I get to them. I'm going to take a little bit of a break before I come back into the markets. This is for entertainment purposes only. Yabbersmack here. Yabbersmack Holdings, your professional cave troll, where we print money out of thin air, where we reach up and rip money out of the markets, and where we absolutely believe in the philosophy of fuck the fucking time clock. Fuck all time clocks everywhere. And oh, by the way, fuck you.